Hey everyone, it's Kai from Kool Collectibles, back again for another figure review, and this time it's something that I've been looking forward to for a while now, and it's the new Revoltech Ninja Turtles from the Nickelodeon cartoon that's on TV right now, I think. So I've got the four figures that were released, staggered a little bit with I think Leonardo and Raphael came out first, and Donatello and Michelangelo just came out now, I think. I'm not sure if that's the order, but I waited until all four were in stock to ship mine from Hobby Link Japan. So I'll give you guys a quick look at each one. I'll do a separate review for each character, starting with Leo here. So as you can see, the boxes were actually a little bit smaller than I was expecting, but you can pretty much clearly see the contents of the packaging there. I love the pizza, so I can't wait to break that out. And see the packaging, the figure through there. I think this is just a little Japanese info on the Revoltech joints. So I'm not sure what that's really saying. If that's if something seems to fall out or something, you can put it back together. So that's good to know. And just some pictures of the figure itself in the various poses and the diorama pieces that you get. And there's the alternate head sculpt, and there the other four, the other three. A bit of comic book art there, which is cool. And that's pretty much it. And this is my first Revoltech figure. I've always heard about them, but haven't really been interested until I got wind of these. And to be honest, I've only ever seen probably one or two episodes of this as my son watches them, but they're actually pretty cool, with a bit of mature content, pretty much like Transformers Prime. I recently caught a couple of episodes of Transformers Prime with my son as well, and thought that was a pretty good watch as well. So that'll be interesting to see how that turns out. But before I ramble on too much longer, I'll grab this guy out of the box and give you guys a closer look. So here's a quick look at the contents directly out of the box. One thing I noticed was the actual box itself isn't taped down anywhere on any of the boxes that I got, so I'm not sure if that's just normal, because on brand new figures I am used to at least the box being taped, but this didn't have any tape at all. And I did buy two sets of these, one for myself and one for my friend, and none of them were taped. So if that's not normal, let me know in the comments below. But either way, here are the contents, and just on the face of it, the paint app on these is pretty damn amazing, and the additional detail as well. So after getting the Playmates ones, just opening these up already justifies the extra cost in my eyes, because they look pretty damn amazing. So I'll take him out and have a play and give you guys a closer look. Alright, so here's everything out of the packaging, and straight up I gotta say the quality of these is really apparent, especially after you have a look at the Playmates Turtles as well, because I was pretty disappointed in my last review of the 1990 movie Playmates Turtles, and this Revoltech version is so much better than that. It really does justify pretty much double the price. So I'll give you guys a quick look at the diorama. So this is I'm assuming it's just the sewer base, and this some sort of sewer pipe or something like that, and you just stick it in there. And I think this little stand, which I'm not sure which direction you can sort of rotate that in. There you go. So you see the little seam there. So that's one of the Revoltech joints. And I think you just stick that in the hole in this shell there. So that's a nice little diorama piece. And if you watched my previous review on the Playmates Leonardo and how disappointed I was in the weapons and the paint app on this is just really outstanding. I love the metallic silver paint app on the blade. It is all plastic, but the metallic finish is really nice, and just the detail in the hilt here is really awesome. So a little peg here in his hands, if you can see, has a little hole, and you just plug it in to get a bit more stability when you pose him up with the katana. And you get two of them. You get one that's slightly longer than the other with a longer hilt and a longer blade, but it's pretty much the same with a nice metallic sheen on the blade and really nicely coloured hilt. So you get the gold diamonds there and the bottom bit with a nice brown sort of coloured lacquer on the hilt. So that is really nicely done. Even the sheaths on the back here are nicely painted. Not much sort of contouring in the colours with black wash or anything like that, but other than that, they're nicely moulded. There's two holes on the back here. I'm not sure which one goes in which. There's a round peg for that one, I think, so it doesn't fit too tightly, and there's a square peg for this one here, so that might be a bit of a tight fit. I think I should have probably put the square one in first, but you get the idea. So I think there's a bit of overlap, which is sort of accurate to the cartoon. Then another great little piece is this pizza. So it comes with this base, which has moulded pieces on the back with holes, with specific little indentations here that they all fit together. So you can sort of break it all apart really and have them, eating one slice, or just getting delivered the full piece. So that is a really nice little bit of accessory that you can use with them. Here's the alternate head sculpt. I'm not sure where this look sort of came from, and I'm not sure if Playmates use that as inspiration for their scared look on the 1990s movie or not, but I don't know if this was some sort of comic look or some sort of Japanese anime or something, but that's the alternate look for this particular figure, and you just put the bandana in the back there. But onto the figure itself, and it is really, really nice. The Revoltech joints certainly do take a little getting used to, but I'll get to that in a second. But overall, just holding this and looking at the paint app quality compared to the Playmates, it's worlds apart. So love the head sculpt. It's very accurate to the cartoon from what I can remember. And one little feature, it's almost like Hot Toys purrs. The bandana sort of fits in the back there with a little Revoltech joint there, and so you can sort of articulate that. But then you can also swivel this around and move the eyes. So you just turn that and turn him that way as well. And I think I saw in some other review where, yeah, you can turn them all the way to one side. The eyes, the pupils pretty much blank out for that all white eye sort of comic look, which is a really nice touch. The articulation on the head is pretty damn good. So you've got a range of motion there. You've even got a range of motion, tilting his head to the side and looking quite a fair way down as well. So lots of articulation there on that particular joint. I guess the only complaint I could have is that they didn't really finish that off, and I did notice on the, I think it's on the Donatello figure, and if I just quickly show you that, you can see the neck there has a piece that seems to hide that particular joint, and Donatello seems to be the only one that has it. Mikey you can't really see, and Raph you can't really see in the box either, but there's definitely a difference there between the figures, so I'm not sure why that is, if mine's just unfinished or what, but I'll double check that. But other than that, the joints themselves, they are different to the usual sort of 6-scale joints that you get from Hasbro and Mattel and so on. So, and I've sort of had to be pretty careful how I articulate it, just in case I, accidentally break or do something. So these ball joints pretty much feature everywhere. So there's the shoulder, the elbow, even at the wrist. You can see one there, and even the finger articulation. So the thumb and the fingers here all have those little ball joints, or the Revoltech, which I didn't actually realize was short for Revolution Technology, I think, which I guess speaks to the ball joint and that sort of technology that they've introduced. But they really are, you can sort of put them in all sorts of different directions if you sort of gently rotate them and articulate them in certain directions. So you just got to be careful to follow the seam of the articulation and bend it in the right way. So as you can see, there's a seam right there, and so you can sort of bend it upwards like that. What I haven't sort of figured out, so you can sort of bend it, and everything's on a ratchet joint, and you can sort of rotate the joint itself. So you get quite a wide range of motion. It's just in sort of normal standing, fairly static museum type poses, the joints can seem a little too obvious, but they do give a wide range of motion. So with these turtles, it's pretty damn good. So you can get, I don't think I've seen many figures at all that can have this sort of range of motion in the elbow and still look as good as that. So I'm pretty happy with that. The torso, as you can see here, one of my complaints about the Playmates one was that the color was different. Here was the shell color, but obviously these guys have a bit more attention to detail, and you can articulate it in that there's one click, I think, down. So I guess it sort of breaks the illusion in the shell, but when you're having action poses like that, that's a nice feature to have. You get the same sort of joints in the legs, so you can bend the legs out quite far and rotate them around and so on. The knees, you can, where's the seam on that? So you can bend those quite far as well. But again, I guess with the knee pad there, it sort of does leave a pretty gaping gap there, which I guess in some poses like that, for example, look pretty good, but front on they don't look so good. So it depends on how you pose them up. With the ankles, you get a bit of rotation, the ankle rocking, forward and back, so whatever joint, or I'm assuming it's the Revoltech joint in there, is pretty awesome too. So overall, you can get these guys into some pretty incredible poses, and I guess there's some examples on the box here. With the head, I'm assuming you just sort of pop that off the ball joint and plug that into the hole there. The hole isn't straight on. I'm not sure if I can get that in the light, but normally head sculpts are the hole straight on, but this one's sort of at an angle, so you might just have to push it in at an angle to get it in properly. But I probably won't be displaying it in this mode, but I might try them all and do a group shot with their alternate head sculpts and post it up on the page, so hang out for photos on that. What else can I say for my first look at Revoltech? I'm pretty damn impressed with the overall paint app, the articulation, the attention to detail, and I guess these retail, I got this for $40 US roughly, converted from Japanese yen, and I was a bit reluctant at that price. I think some of the US retailers have it for probably even more than that, but for that price I'm really happy with what I got, and as a representative of the cartoon, yeah, I don't see them getting any better than this in this particular scale. So if you're on the fence on these, I'd definitely recommend them, because they are pretty damn awesome, and definitely a league above the Playmates figures. So hope you guys like that look. Click that subscribe button, because I've got the other 3 reviews coming up next, so stay tuned for that, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers, bye.